think we're live. I think we are. It's pretty nice out here too. So I think the lighting is okay. Hi everyone. I can't really see. Okay, that's better. I got my water. Hi everyone. I think I've been on for like, almost a minute now. And I didn't realize I was on. So if you're new here or whatever, my channel's about frugality. Let me see if I can get on here so I can see your messages if you do comment. I wanted to talk about frugality and some experiences I've had online with like just comments, posting on other channels, and I don't know, just the things that I've done throughout the week. And it's actually really nice weather today, but I've been a little bit hot because I was working in the yard, which was wonderful because it said it was supposed to rain the last couple of days, like light rain, and that's been, we need it. So we absolutely need it. So I tried to pull the remaining weeds on one side of the house, and then I have more weeds to pull. But the ones I was trying to pull up were, they're like, what do they call them? Thistle type weeds. Yeah, and that's no good. The thorns can be like that long sometimes. So you got to get them from the root. You got to get them before they, what's the word for that? Prolificate? No, blossom, seed, go to seed, and then the wind spreads it. Oh, and it's so windy here. So I've been doing that. And gosh, I've been tired. I've been tired doing that, to be honest. Like I come back in and I'm already tired. But I did get some of it done and it looks so much better. I love my yard, you guys, even though it's really nothing special, but I do have a fountain back there. Hi, everyone. I can't see the comments. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong, you guys? If you're commenting, I can't see. Welcome to remember to guard your private. Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, I'm super excited. I don't know if anyone's left a comment. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got our first comment. Hello, just a chill guy. Yeah, I'm super excited for the fact that I have been pulling weeds, getting that done, and it's free, right? Your own labor, it's free. And I try to get it done before the weekend because the neighbors are all outside and they're like, oh, they make a lot of, they just, I don't know. I don't feel as comfortable. And some of them look through the fence, which is weird. Just a chill guy. Were you here last time, just a chill guy, or am I imagining that? Maybe it was a name close to it. Anyways, I got my water with a little bit lemon. No, nah, okay. Anyhow, so I did that. My seeds are growing really nicely, but I don't know, all of the seeds, they look through the fence, like when I'm out in the yard, And it's not just me. It's like my dad, too. They'll look at my dad through the fence. Like, what are we doing? It's mainly the people behind me. I don't know what the fascination is. Like, why? I'm just pulling weeds. I'm just, they just like look for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look through another fence, And I'm like, that is bizarre. Oh, I don't know about that. I haven't worn heels in a long time. I used to work in a very corporate setting, and we had to wear heels most of the time, or if we went to a big meeting, which is so sexist, really. But I also worked retail, and I worked in makeup for many years, and yeah, we had to wear heels a lot of time. So uncomfortable. So I'm boycotting heels unless I go out to dinner with friends or something. I still have heels. Um, that's funny. So anyway, I got that done, and I have a bunch of watermelon sprouting, and I'm super excited about it because I couldn't grow watermelon last year. But sorry, the neighbors are they're restless outside today. Um, I have about six, I think 10 sprouts for watermelon, and they take up a lot of space. So I'm gonna put it in the spot where it's like things die. And if they survive, then they survive. But my dad, who lives here with me, loves watermelon, and I'm tired of paying the price that the farmers want because we live by a farm, and sometimes they want to charge like $10, $12 for a big watermelon, and they're hard to keep in my house like after you cut them. I want the smaller ones. So I got the sugar babies, and they're growing. What are you doing for work? I consult for construction, and I also consult for like as a project manager, and I also consult as a home stager, which was an old business of mine. So I just do the home staging consulting only, not moving furniture, decorating, just consulting. That's funny because my mom's cutting up some watermelon. Oh, really? Where are you at right now? Are you in the US? What country and what part of the US, if you are from the US? I love watermelon too, but my dad really loves it. And then, when we get a big, I think they're called snakeskin watermelon, they're like super big, super, super big. And I can barely get them in our refrigerator. So I have to like end up cutting it all up, and it's such a pain. I'd rather have the round kind. They're called sugar babies. And anyway, so I'm doing that, which is wonderful. And that's a positive win. I always I always want to look at like positive wins during this kind of tumultuous time. And sorry, I'm being nosy. And so that's one of the things. My seedlings are doing great. I weeded a bunch of stuff before the neighbors were doing it in their backyard. And so during the week, after a long day, I might go in the backyard and weed, and that gets it done, and it's great. And then I do a lot of food prepping, which I did yesterday. And it was simple because I didn't really have a whole lot. But we did refried beans, steamed rice that I made into like a Mexican rice with vegetables, not your typical vegetables in Mexican rice. Like I didn't do peas and carrots. That's not even typical. But I did do onion and I did celery. Delicious. And then my friend went to Costco for me and picked up a chicken from my dad because I don't eat meat. So I have that for a few days. So that's really nice. Hey, Carol, how are you? Thank you for the comment, by the way, Carol, for my purse straps, because I would never have thought of that, to be honest. And you and um, Kathy both thought of like really good things to repair my purse straps. And I mean, there's not even like a shoe repair or purse repair in my area anymore. So I'm gonna have to repair it myself. I do have a hole punch thingy. My dad does leather, but I don't want leather, and to dye it black would be a whole thing. I don't even want that. So the vinyl leashes, perfect, perfect. Hi, Carol. um, so that was excellent. I haven't been to the Dollar Tree yet, but when I do, I'm going to absolutely do that because that was an excellent idea. And I love that purse. I really do. Um, so I've been on for almost 11 minutes. I'm gonna stay on for like an hour. I'm drinking my water, and it has lemon juice, my treat. So good. Anyway, yeah, that was so great. I'm like, that is ingenious. Now, I just hope that they have a wide enough strap or leash that I can put a hole in it, you know what I mean, to attach it to the purse. So I haven't been there. And even if it's a different color, like gold or something, I'll use that. I'll definitely use it. I don't really care. But I need something. That's my favorite purse. You know how it is. Oh, you did? Oh, you did? What time did you do it? Your time. Because you're Midwest. No, you're East. You're East Coast time. So that would be 3 hours ahead. What time did you do it? Yes, we do have a Hobby Lobby, but it's like in the next town. Do you think they have like vinyl strips or something? I don't care if it matches, like, it would be nice if it was black, but it doesn't have to be that faux alligator, skin. So, and then Kathy said about wrapping fabric around it, but it's already damaged. Maybe if see, the straps are too thin, so I can't really sew into it because it's going to weaken it and break. And I think I just need new straps, to be honest. But yeah, Hobby Lobby. Maybe I should go there and just see what they have. Ugh, I'm hot from today doing some weeds early in the morning, and then I did a bunch of like food prepping earlier. Let's see, I'm not sure. I started that's kind of hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's funny. So, huh. Um, yeah, that's what I've been up to. Well, you know what, Soul Reaper, you sound like a weirdo. That's what you sound like. Yeah, that's sad because they probably live in like their basement of their granny's house. Super sad. Sad for you. Um, yeah, but I really want to get that fixed, and I really love the idea of what both of you said. And look how pretty it is outside. There was one next door. It's kind of pretty outside. It was raining earlier, really light, real light, but it's nice right now. So I'm happy. Now it's nice when I'm inside, not working outside. Anyway, there is one next door. Oh, you mean a weirdo YouTuber or subscriber, commenter? Oh, that's nice. Carol, are you keeping up on the everyday walk thing? Or I mean, I know it's after the 30 days, but are you continuing walking with Frostina, or are you just kind of just doing like short walks? Because I've been doing short walks, and my foot feels better, so I feel better about it all. My foot feels better. If it starts hurting in the middle of the walk, then I definitely come back. Anyways, so I haven't fixed my purse yet. Oh, how cute. Yeah, the puppy makes sure I get him outside, but I haven't been able to like do a proper walk with him. And I remember when I first injured my foot, I I had tenants and they would walk him. And they liked walking him, which was really cute. But yeah, I really want to get back to my really long walks. I really do. I really miss it. And thank you. Thank you for saying you hope my foot gets better. So the other thing I was thinking about that frugality wise, I mean, I can't tell you how many things that I've been doing to be so careful. Our water is metered, so I have to be really, really careful. And I feel like I should almost get like a square bucket from like the Dollar Tree or something and put it in my sink. That way, when I wash things, it's like just soak them and not just run the water. And I don't want to plug the sink. I think it would be easier with the square container. So I'm gonna look to see if they have one like big enough to like fit my sink. If not, then I'll just clean the sink out every time, put the plug in, and then do it that way. I really wish I had a stainless steel um, sink, but I don't. It's porcelain. And the extra sink that I bought from my parents is also porcelain, and it's like a farm style sink with like the apron in the front. And it's like one compartment. I'm not even sure if that's going to work. But I'm not going to install that until like much, much later. Oh, you did? Okay. I'm going to look. There's this gal I watch on YouTube, and I really like her, but I'm not so sure if I trust the fact that she's low income. Um, I mean, when people comment to her that she's not, like, her videos kind of change. And I think, because what makes me think it is because there's some things that she does that I'm like, whoa, that's pricey, or, um, but, who am I to judge, right? It's just that they seem to spend money on things that are like irrelevant. Like they go to Starbucks 3, 4, 5 times a week, probably closer to 5 times a week. And the mother gets like this drink that's like, I don't know, like $6 almost if you're in California. And I just think, God, how do you afford $6 every time? Anyway, but I mean, I do like your channel, but there are some things like she'll do things like put a wish list. One time her and her son were walking and they were doing just like a walk, for the day. And what ended up happening was she was talking about her wish list on Amazon, and then he goes, "Oh, I put something on there too for the wish list. So check it out." And it's like, are you kidding me? The older son who lives with them, so there's 3 kids and 2 adults. He has like a brand, almost like a newer Camaro. It might be like 5 years old, but I don't even have that new of a vehicle. But still, it's his car. He's making money. He works. But I could see where a lot of people kind of get disingenuine by this kind of content because, like, they see that kind of vehicle. They say they live in a studio apartment and there's like all these beds in there, but she never really shows it. So it's kind of like, iffy. Let's see. I heard they are going to 150. I know, I heard the same thing too. I heard 150 and 175 for like their basic stuff, which sucks. Yeah, Starbucks is not frugal. I mean, figure out a way maybe to make your own version of that drink because it's like some strawberry breeze or something. And maybe get a packet of like dehydrated strawberries, which you can get from Dollar Tree. And then you need water and maybe syrup. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm not addicted to any of those drinks. For me, it's all about water and maybe like lemon juice in there. And these containers have made a huge difference. I've washed them so much that I mean, I got them really scratched up, but they're stainless, so is the straw. And they have made my dad and my life so much easier for cold or hot drinks. Hi, Diana. Oh, no worries. Diana, I think you watch Elder Gal like I do. I tried to say hello to you a couple times during her lives, but I don't think you saw it. Anyway, she's in Dijon and she's not happy about the living situation, but she loves Dijon. I always watch it because it's like so close to what I want to do in my future. And oh, you didn't. You did? Didn't see you. Oh yeah. Yeah, no worries. But um I I mean, hold on. What was that? Oh, that's the neighbor. Yeah. So I'm gonna change the subject real quick. And I'll go back to the Starbucks drinks that you can replicate. So with her, I mean, I feel bad for her because she is living in a smaller like studio and it's like it almost seems like a room within the house, but I know it's not that, but it kind of sounds like it and she hates it. And she said that the hosts, the owners, are older than her. The lady is older, but very nice. And then her husband is much older. And so, but she just doesn't like the fact that it's so like close together, feels like a room you're renting from someone in their house. I could totally understand that. I feel so bad. I mean, and then she talked about when she moved from Perignon. Is that how you say it? Don't get me for that. I know I am French, but my French is horrible. To Dijon. And she said that that trip in between, the train trip was horrible. And I haven't commented on it because I just watched it. But, I wanted to tell her, oh my gosh, it's horrible when I was there, younger, like 20 years younger, traipsing through Europe. And I had a hard time. So, as an older person, oh, of course, like I can't imagine like how she's dealing with it with two big suitcases. So, that's I mean, I just want to tell her don't give up, but I also left a comment like maybe you should try to get it down to like one suitcase. And I told her you can send things home, because I had my sister didn't do it. My sister and I didn't do it, but her friend would send things home. And it's expensive, but I honestly don't think she needs a laptop because that's heavy. And you can do everything on your phone, like I do. But I don't think she wanted to hear it. But just something to think about. And lighting, just work with what you got. That's what I'm doing. Oh, Carol, I think you would like her channel. It's called Elder Gal, and she calls herself EG. And right now she's still in France, so she gave up her apartment that was in I think it was California, but she never said where. And she said that, well, it kind of seemed like, I mean, it seemed like a depressing apartment complex. It was for seniors that, like, this is where people came to die. And I mean, I think that's kind of a lot of like senior living. I remember seeing some senior living and I thought, wow, this is beautiful. This is so nice. And then something happens to them where you have to go into more assisted living. And but she said people would die. Like she's very active and, you know, able-bodied, and she said most of the people were, but some people would die, and then they would just throw everything away. And that's so depressing. But yeah, I'm kind of glad she got out of that. I mean, I think it's great that she's like out there, but what she's doing would be hard on me too. And so I need to comment on her and just like give her that boost to like, look, I'm 52. It would be hard on me now, carrying two big suitcases, rolling them around, and oh my goodness. I mean, it was hard when I had a big old backpack in Europe a few times. I mean, I told my sister, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Let's just. And so by the time we got to our pension, which was like a multi-level place in Italy where you could rent. I don't know what they call them in France. I think it's similar, but I don't know the translation. Anyway, um, I remember having to walk up several flights of stairs just to get upstairs to our room. Oh my gosh, with our 70-pound backpack. It was horrible, but what I did was something different than her, and I left a comment. I would buy cheap underwear and books that I wanted to like bring, read on the airplane, and I would literally throw in my underwear. And I would also I left shoes, a purse, um, magazines, books that I brought because I'm such a reader. I left it for like our maid in the pension, especially in Rome, because that was like where we landed. We stayed for a bit, and I loved Rome, but not as much as I did like other parts of Italy. And that's why I do my virtual vision board, because I loved the coast. Because I love water. I'm a water baby. Okay, what did you guys say? Let's see. Yes, was really bad, overcrowded, and she was in wrong car. Oh, it's the right car, no seats. Someone gave her. I know, and it was like these are like little fold down seats, by the way. I don't. I can't remember the term that she used, but it's a fold down seat and it's tiny and and there's like no cushion and your bum gets really like it's so uncomfortable. I know what she's talking about. But when the last time I went to Europe, smoking on trains was still permitted. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Because it was like everyone smoked. So it's so much better now. But yeah, the seating, that's horrible. Poor thing. I'm so glad that girl gave up her seat. Um, you gotta watch her, Carol. She's so inspiring. I mean, she's had like bad things happen to her, like her son doesn't talk to her. She had a gambling problem, and I'm guessing that's probably why. I don't know. But she's estranged from her son, and she lives somewhere in California. She never said, but I think it was somewhere between. I think it's more towards Southern California, and but she never said. But towards the mountains. It's very interesting. She has no home to send it right now. Well, she has friends though, Diana, and I think she could do that, right? Because she has some stuff. She has some stuff in storage, and she has like a friend that took her to the train station. She has a couple friends, and I was thinking, well, maybe you could just send like your laptop and you know, maybe your maybe whatever in one suitcase or not a suitcase, just your laptop and some of your YouTube gear. I have been following her long time. She was somewhere inland from Sacramento. Oh, where would that be? That has to be closer to the mountains for sure. Someone I know wants me to move me and my son to one of those. No thanks. Well, can your son live with you if he's not a senior? I mean, I don't know what they consider senior in your state or in that apartment complex for seniors, but I remember being asked when I went to buy something at Ross a few years ago, and they asked me, "Oh, are you a senior citizen?" And I'm like, um, well, what's considered a senior citizen? And she gave like, the age and it wasn't. I was like, oh, no. But it was cool. I think they've lowered the senior citizen rate here. Let's see. What are you guys saying? I can relate. My daughter doesn't talk to me. My sons do. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carol. I understand. I don't talk to my sister because she's crazy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, she does have storage. I haven't seen her in a while. Oh, your daughter? I'm sorry. Hi, Joseph. Yes, if I die, he has to move. Oh, okay. So you're already in like a senior kind of setup thing. Okay. Hi, Joe. Joseph. um, she wants her laptop. I know she just bought it there when her other one died. Yep, she was in a 55 plus and did not like the area she lived in. Okay, yeah, because I know there was like some homeless people that lived across from her or something, and then they moved. It was something crazy. That is horrible. I think she lives more towards Nevada, on that end of Sacramento. I'm good, Joseph. I'm drinking my water with organic lemon juice from my tree. How are you? So, Yeah. So, anyways, I do follow her, and she seems so much happier in Dijon. But it's just that, um, her living situation in thank you, Joseph. Um, her living situation in that studio apartment or room, it sounds like, is not ideal. I almost think that she should just move. And those people are probably elderly and they probably need the money. Um, but because she said they were older than her, and then the husband was older than the wife. So I would, I mean, she's got like 3.5 weeks left. I think she should find another place. I don't know if she prepaid. I don't know the situation, but that's what I would do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, there's so many towns near Sacramento where towards like the middle that you could go. Yeah, I kind of feel like she did prepay. I totally agree. But so she's my inspiration because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's doing what I want to do. She wanted to move to Europe, right? And, she talks about, so I'm going to talk about a sensitive subject here for a second. Um, yeah, I agree. So she's somewhere between Sacramento and Reno. I know, I'm trying to like investigate, or think about where. So I know she left out of Reno. So she must be really close to the Nevada border, is what I'm thinking. Um, no, she doesn't, Carol. She doesn't have a home in Europe, but she wanted to. Like she wanted to live in Europe, but it wasn't going to work out. So then she already gave up her apartment and everything. And I mean, I'm so glad she's doing this because it's like something that I want to do for my future as I get older. I mean, my dad has pretty much said he doesn't want to do it. I mean, he did and then he didn't, but I think he would love it in Italy. Anyway, oh my dog, hold on, my dog is at the door. Let me go grab him. Come here, puppy. Come on. Come on, my love. Okay, you're in now. You are in, my love. Yeah. Yeah. Say hi to everyone. You want to say hi? Okay, this is kind of embarrassing because I have his little sweater inside out because I think it was too rough for him on the inside. Look at the tag. My love, you want to say hi? Just say hi. Well, you're so delicious with your little tag hanging out like a fashionista. Okay, go in here, jump on your bed. Okay, jump, get in bed. Um, let's see. Yes, she wants to move to Europe, but doesn't have the income requirements for. I know, and even though that her grandparents were from Italy, it still wasn't going to work out, and that's so frustrating because my grandparents are from France. But I don't want to live in France. I don't know if it would work. If like I don't know the situation in France versus Italy, but I don't want to live in France. I would rather, if I had to, I would like to live maybe in the country in France, like somewhere in the countryside. But I don't I don't think it's gonna work either. And I have to like buy a property, get all the paperwork, and they still might reject me. And that's like way in the future for me because, yeah, it's just not. I'm just trying to survive in the US. But everything there is so much easier, like once you're established as far as getting groceries, health care, once you're established. And I mean I thought I might move to Portugal, but I do like Portugal still. But I do have ties in France, major ties. I don't know. I don't know, you know. I don't know if I could have dual citizenship. I don't know what the healthcare, honestly, I have really just barely looked into it. And I really don't want to be in France. I'd rather be in Italy. So it's like she's got Italian roots wanting to be in France, and I have French roots wanting to be in Italy. Oh, it's so frustrating. Um, your what? Oh, son-in-law moved to Italy because it was cheaper. Oh, that'd be really cool to hear about, Carol. You know, like how he was an American citizen, then moving there. Like, how did that work? Or was he military? I know, my sweet baby. He's such a. Now he's in his little bed over there. You like Provence? Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, look, I would take France, but I'd rather be on the coast, like Amalfi Coast in Italy. Even like a even it doesn't have to be Amalfi Coast, like somewhere close to the ocean. So I could be in like a tiny abandoned like village where there's like 200 people. I don't care. I'm fine with that because I'm more of an introvert. I would love it, you know. Um, that would work for me. But I have to get more settled here in the US. Like after everything that's happened here, but even like I would say the worst of it happened for me was COVID. And like it has turned my world upside down, which a lot of people. And I mean, I just have to get grounded here again and then think about like this is just my vision board wanting to move to Europe and having the German interns that stayed with me as tenants was really a blessing. It just confirmed like yeah, I really want to be in Europe, you know. But let's see, do they have food banks? I know the UK does, but I'm not sure about, yeah, I'm not really sure about like, I know England, Scotland, I think Ireland, but I'm not sure about France and Italy. I honestly don't think so. But it doesn't seem like they have a bunch of homeless people there and that they don't have like a problem because everyone kind of shares with each other. So for instance, in Italy, if you grow fruit and vegetable, you can't like sell it, you know, unless you get like something very like specific and it's really hard to get. You have to like give it to people. And I would be cool to swap things or just give to people. Portugal and Spain are easier. Yeah, I don't. This is gonna sound terrible because I know Spanish. I'm not great, but I'm better at Spanish than French. Um, I don't want to be in Spain. I know that sounds terrible. I have reasons for it. I just would prefer Portugal, maybe. And Portugal, yeah, it has that, yeah, that vibe that I want, like small village, you know. But you know, Portugal is the size of Indiana. It's tiny. So a lot of expats from US and UK are coming over, but there's still room. I would like to live there though. It's beautiful. Your sister-in-law says she still gets U.S. Social Security. Yeah, I mean, wherever you go, your Social Security will follow you because it's what you earned and what you paid into. So you'll always get it. But, just setting it up and everything, probably is a little bit, I don't know. It's just, it'll take a while, maybe a month or so. It's not bad. Things are not great in Europe right now. I don't think this is a good time to relocate there. Case having lots of issues. I agree. Yeah. I was actually really surprised that Elder Gal decided to go even after everything, even after she couldn't be a resident and everything. She just wanted to go. And I think she's realizing that traveling at her age is really hard. Even though she's staying a month or so in each place, it's hard. Just when you're getting used to things, you got to uproot yourself and go to another place using their transit, um, things like trains and buses, and she doesn't like to fly. So I love flying. Flying, yes, please. I love it. My dad's a pilot, by the way. Maybe that's why I like to fly. He was a pilot. He can still fly. I wouldn't want to fly with him, though. No, yeah, no. I probably have to take over the controls. um, yeah. Research easiest countries for Americans to move. Yeah, I think Portugal is pretty easy. But I could be wrong. Hello, Tawik. I hope I'm saying that right. Tawik from Morocco, Casablanca. How nice. Yes, that would be lovely to move there. Um, let's see. You follow a gal, 68, who moved to Colombia, South America, from Florida. She loves it. My dad and I talked about that. The only thing is, and this is why I didn't move to Mexico, and we feel the same about most of the South American countries. I mean, there's so many gangs there. And if they find out you're an American, I'm afraid of like what they do to torture you to like, I mean, I have seen things on, like, I don't know, those investigative programs. I mean, I watch a lot of them where the husband, let me think here, the husband was Mexican, but the wife was from the US. And she married him, and they thought that they had money. And they did well, they did well for themselves, but they had two kids, I think, and they kept him, they kidnapped him, and then they drove her off the road to like send her a message like, we kidnapped your husband. And you know they kept him in a box for, I can't remember, I think it was like 2 years or close to 2 years. And he lost all this weight, and they had blaring music to like disorientate him and make it miserable for him. And I mean, they tortured him. And so, and I have seen things like in South America that I thought, oh my God, I think I just escaped something that, while traveling, or even in Mexico, which is like so American friendly. I mean, we used to travel to Mexico all the time, my family and I, constantly, because we're right there. But I realized, like, as I got older, and I was an adult traveling with a friend who, I mean, it wasn't an ideal look thing, but it was late at night, and everyone, I don't know, we got separated from our group. Anyways, it was a bad situation. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm afraid of that being like kept because they think they can extort money from you from, the US. They think that they're going to save them, or if you have money. I mean, I clearly don't, you know. I'm still afraid of that. I mean, my family was going to move to Mexico, but then my parents changed their mind, and I would have been good for it. I would have loved it, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't. In a way, I mean, I love it there. And where we were gonna move was on the coast of Mexico, and it was gorgeous. But and they did have private schools for Americans and everything, but once again, the income from my dad, it would have been lowered. It would have been like he was a Mexican making the money there, and it would have been like, as an American, if you're retired and your retirement, whatever, it's great. But working there, the income goes down. My fellow gal, oh, okay, I read that. Yes, Portugal, but yeah. She feels very safe in her town in Colombia, lives at about 800. Oh, wow. Lots of expats. Her channel is navigating with Nana, started in December when she moved there. What's the name of her channel, Diana? Because I knew of a few YouTubers that lived there. And I mean, first, here's the thing. Living in, I mean, it's bad enough in the US, like animal abuse and everything. But when you go to a third and fourth and fifth world country, it's really bad. Like, I think my heart would, I mean, I think I would just break down. But I mean, I did what I could in Mexico and in the other South American countries that I can't think of right now. Um, it's so sad. It's so sad. Like, I hate what happens to animals here, but it's worse there. And their ideology of animals there. That I'm not so sure I could even handle that, Channel name is Navi Navigabig. Okay, with Nana. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Wait, I gotta write that down because I'll forget. Wait, where? Oh, Navigab. Okay, with Nana. Okay, good to know. I would love to watch it because Colombia is really cheap, but God, it is riddled with. Well, I love that the fact that it is with in the Amazon setting and it's gorgeous there, but when they know you're an American, I mean, it can be scary. I've known a couple other YouTubers who lived there, and the person who originally, like, they were a couple, and the person who was who lived there would always go out and do things because they were afraid that they would hurt or kidnap the Americans. Excuse me, I have hiccups. And they even got a pet, which is weird. That's what I'm talking about. The safety of animals is not there. But they got a sloth and they kept it as a pet. And yeah, that's not cool. Not at all. So there's a lot of that going on. That's why I don't move to Asia because of that. For orangutans, primates, other primates, I just don't like that they do that. They take baby, primates and sell them to people. Let's see. But I like living in the mountains. I mean, that's pretty cool. Although it dries my skin out, I've noticed. Like just being in Lake Tahoe. Tell me, yeah. Um, my mother-in-law bought a home on the beach in Mexico. How's she doing there? Oh, navigating with Nana. Okay. Okay, navigating. Okay. I kind of got that. So, your mother-in-law, but where in Mexico? Like Baja, Tijuana, Ensenada, like where? I'm kind of curious. Because the couple, they weren't that deep into Mexico, actually. Yeah, it's just, I'm afraid of that, to be honest. And I mean, I can dye my hair darker, but I don't feel like I look Hispanic, and so I'm a little bit afraid. Just from, I lived there a whole summer in Mexico. And I mean, times were different, but I had two jobs, I got a house, and sometimes it had electricity, sometimes it didn't. So it was a really small town. And I worked at a bakery, and I worked at like a little store. It was so cool. But I was only there, for so long. And I just loved it. Okay, I'll be right back. I do have to use the restroom really quick, which is on the other side of this wall. So I'm quick. I will be right back. And because I want to continue this conversation. I would love to live in another country, quite honestly. And I don't mind struggling with the language. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I have got to go. And my knee is hurting, so I'm limping. Okay, I'm back. What's funny is this chair is so uncomfortable. I gotta put cushion on it. Okay. Oh, I had to like read something for my dad real quick too. No. Okay. For Ensenada called Las Gaviotas. That was in the mid 1970s. She passed in 1990s. Okay. My ex inherited it and later sold it. Very beautiful community, but always had water issues. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we had friends in Ensenada, and we had friends in Guadalajara and Mexico City, and then I created friends, my own friends in Guadalajara, Mexico City, um, Oaxaca, and I mean, I love them, but I don't know if I want to move there. I love it there. I absolutely love it there, though. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? So, thank you for waiting, by the way. I mean, that's kind of cool that your ex did that. I mean, it's kind of sad that he sold it, but um, what a cool thing, like that your mother-in-law did. I mean, taking that chance. And one thing I will say about when you go to another country and you find someone who, I mean, Elder Gal talks about um, speaking Franglish, which is French and English. But honestly, if you're struggling in French anyways, or whatever the language is, you are mentally drained. You really are. So I would think that she would be drained no matter what. In French, in English, there's never going to be a perfect situation. When I was traveling in Europe, there was never a perfect situation. You were always mentally drained from whatever country, Germany, um, Denmark, Italy, France, Switzerland. I mean, there were people who spoke English, but it wasn't the first language either. And they were awesome. But yeah, even with that, with them being awesome in English, so can you then imagine people who migrate here and don't speak the language, like how hard it would be and mentally draining all the time? I always hate how people treat immigrants here. It's not good. And I always try to help, if I know Spanish or whatever, I try to do my best. But I don't, my Spanish, my French, my Italian is not that great. It really isn't. But oh, San Miguel, how beautiful. Okay, sorry. I'm watching little neighbor kids. um Yeah, it is mentally draining. I mean, even just the transit system in Europe is so different than ours. And personally, I think ours is not great. But if you're in a bigger city, it's great. You can hop on, you can do whatever you need to do in big cities. But if you live in like an urban, suburban area, and I'm kind of in a rural setting, but it's very urban now. But the transit is like, it's only gotten better in the last, I would say, um, 5 years. And they have like a local taxi, and I can't remember what they call it, but it's inexpensive, and it's very much more dependable than like the bus, because in the bus, once they get to the other county, you have to walk over to the other county. It just is silly to me. Anyway, but there's like a lot of people going to the other county, and so like that's why my area is like site highly sought after to live here, and you can cross into other counties so easily, and we're by the Bay Area and everything. But wow, is it difficult for transit still? Let's see, my friend in San Diego. Yeah, it's beautiful there too in San Miguel. Actually, I have been all over Mexico. I mean, I can't tell you. I just love it. My parents wanting to move there when we were kids, I was like, yeah, please. You know, it was so gorgeous and I loved it. And they loved the coast. And my mom came from the coast and then she came from a big city later. And moving here was like hard, a hard reality because it was so dispersed and like you had to drive everywhere. And and just to clarify anything, so my mom is French and my grandparents are from France, but and I've mentioned this so many times, but in case anyone new is watching, so my grandparents met in who are from France. They migrated to Mexico, met there, married, had kids. Then my grandfather came here, set up everything legally. I'm not saying like I can understand why people come illegally, but he did come legally, set up everything for all his 9 kids, and which was not easy. And my grandmother and his sister-in-law, because she was like the nanny, and brought everyone over. I think it was a year and a half to 2 years later. It was a while, but in that time he learned English, worked at a great job, bought a house, and it was tiny. I think that house was, let me think, one, two, three. It was a 3 bedroom, but they had like a back room which they converted to a bedroom, and it was like always really creepy in my opinion. But they had a kitchen, you know, they had a nice backyard, and so the 9 kids like fit there. I don't know how. I don't know how. So everyone kind of like got married quickly, it seemed like. And my mom stayed a little bit later and she finally met my dad and then they got married. My first trip to Europe was 1970. Backpacked for 3 months. Was wonderful. I have been there 4 times. Also, Australia, which I loved, and also loved Ireland. I've been to Ireland. I've not been to Australia. Yeah, the first time I backpacked in Europe was eye-opening, and that's when I realized, like, yeah, I can't travel with a 70-pound backpack. And I was strong and young at the time, and because I think I was like 20, I don't know, I think I was like 24, maybe 25, maybe 23. I can't quite remember, but that was the first time. And then I agree, like, you just gotta travel and just check everything out. But I fell in love immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So this has been my dream. That's why I do these shorts that are I call them my virtual vision board. Because I am open to living wherever. However, in Europe. However, like Switzerland, I don't think I could live there in the winter. But in the summer I could, or just visit. But it's gorgeous. Oh my god, it's so green and lush. And same with Ireland and Scotland. I mean, we have family there, and I would love to live there part-time because it's just, not my weather preference, because I feel like I'm such a weenie living in California. Like, we get great weather for a majority of the year, although the triple digits kill me, but you know what I mean. Oh, isn't that funny? Well, that's great. Eurail was different back then. Remember how everyone smoked on the Eurail? That about killed me. Ugh, it was horrible just breathing in all that. But because you would get assigned into a cart, and there'd be like 8 people, 6 to 8 people, and they all smoked. And you could open the windows, but still, you're like amongst all the smoke, you know. Oh gosh, that was horrible because I feel like more Europeans smoked than Americans, because I don't think you could smoke. Even Americans would smoke here, and in restaurants you could have a smoking area, but I don't think you could have like that on a train back then. I could be wrong. Gosh, but I love it there. I love it there so much. Anyway, so let me think here. Okay, so I've been on for a little bit, but one thing I want to mention is that whatever your dream is, just go for it. Even if it never happens, it doesn't matter. You need to have a light at the end of the tunnel. For me, I do. And if this never happens for me, then I have a dream still. Namaste. Welcome. And that's what I like about the elder gal, is that she's doing this in her later years, and I think it's great. I want to encourage her. I keep forgetting to comment that, hey, I had a hard time traveling with just my backpack or a carry-on, and especially if it was heavier. That's when I realized, like, I think by the second trip, because the first trip I was like, no, we're gonna pare it down. Second trip I was like, yep, paring it down even more. And the third trip was so much better. But I get it. Like, she has a laptop, and I think she might have other equipment for YouTube, but you know, she doesn't have someone there to help her. Like, that's hard. That is really hard. But the positive is, like, whatever your income status is here in the US, you can still dream. Dreaming is free. It's like doing yard work. That's free. But dreaming is free. And for me, I dream. I dream about living there in Europe somewhere, preferably Italy or Portugal. But then I would do France too. Um, it's amazing what dreams can do for you and keep you focused and the light at the end of the tunnel, because there have been many dark days for me. And if I kept sight of, like, okay, just keep on thinking, keep on dreaming, and just having that has helped me mentally. That, I mean, I can't tell you how wonderful it's been for just my own self, like psyche and everything. So I hope this is kind of um just like a nice inspiration for you guys too. I think any of us can do it. I would think very hard for Allison Eldergal. You would think very hard? What do you mean think very hard? Do you mean can you tell me what you mean by that? Hold on, I gotta get some more water in here. I'm so thirsty right now. Actually, no, because then I'll have to go to the bathroom. Um, so lastly, what I wanted to talk about was, first of all, the things that are free to you. Dreams, yard work. You don't need weed killer. You don't need special tools. If you get some gloves and you can pull them when the dirt is dry, great. And then planting seeds. I mean, planting seeds for me has been pretty inexpensive. Like, I bought, some seeds through Dollar Tree, but I took some seeds from my parents' old house and I'm housing them, and they have grown, but like, I just want certain things right now, and tomatoes are one of them. I think it's very hard for her. Oh, I know. And when she said she was selling or leaving one of her luggage and getting a different one, I'm like, no, just stick with one luggage, fit it all into one, and like a backpack, a small backpack, and one luggage. So she has like a backpack and two luggage to push. That is too much even for me. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know what her age is. I think she's like 70, maybe 69. I don't remember. But she's bold and I think that's great. But if she was already struggling with pushing like a bigger luggage, I just think the idea of two luggages is too much. Oh, she's 70. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, and I did tell her, like I travel with a carry-on. I mean, I don't travel anymore, but when I would travel, I travel with a carry-on. And that's it. I don't bring my laptop unless it was for work and I had to bring a laptop. Then I could keep that on my lap and then I could have like a carry-on and just shove it into the compartments in the airplane. I mean, I get it. Like, when you have clothes, when you get it, when you're living there for so long, then you gotta wash them. I remember washing my own clothes in Italy. I remember like Italy seemed to be the point of everything. And so I would wash most of my stuff in Italy and then we'd go for like day trips or whatever. And then I'd come back. But Italy seemed to be the easiest for me because we always seemed to be in like the penthouse and I could like air dry stuff, my sister and I. And I just loved it. I mean, I bought like a local soap and I clean the sink out or the bathtub or so they really rarely had bathtubs there. It was mainly like their hand washing the basin and I would just clean it out and wash it in there, wring it and hang dry it. And I would use hangers that they provided for us and that worked. It worked for my sister and I. And we would wear like our pants and our shorts, which shorts in Europe was like a big no-no. We didn't realize the first trip. But anyway, um we would wash our stuff and it would dry like, cuz we went it was like at the end of spring. I think the first time I went everything dried great. It was still chilly, but we had pants, we had shorts, we had sweaters. I mean, we had jackets, and I rolled everything, and it just worked out. I never ironed anything. I don't know. I mean, I kind of have a uniform that I wear like now. I mean, it's usually t-shirts, and like right now, it's been warmer. So you're going to see me kind of in the same thing over and over again, but that's just kind of, my uniform. I've always worn a uniform. I always went to private school, so I always had a uniform, and it makes your life easier. I mix in things, like when I was traveling, I might wear a scarf, I might wear a hat, I might wear jewelry, which was very limited. But you get what I'm saying. Like you can mix it up. And I remember meeting a woman from, where was she from? We just adored her. She was from Germany. And she met her husband in Italy who was working. And it was I don't know, he was busy. And so she went out, had dinner by herself. And I mean, she was gorgeous and just like super positive and, you know, um, confident. And she was just, that's how it is there. You eat out by yourself. And she was eating out by herself. My sister and I met her, and we kept in touch with her for a very long time. Um, and so we kept in touch with her for a very long time. And we had dined with her that night. Like we were talking to her and she just came over to our table and we just, ended up eating together. It was so much nice. It was so nice. But the mentality there is so different in Europe. Like you got to eat by yourself. It's no biggie. You travel by yourself. No biggie. You're very independent. So I think Americans think they're so independent, but like no, when you go to Europe, you really have to be independent, and most people are on their own, very independent. Let's see. I was just turning 70 and look at 8 months, 19,000-mile road trip across country. My luggage was in my car. And that was hard. Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, that's cool, though, that you did that. Gosh, Diana, you got to tell me that story. I mean, wow. See, this is why you really need to start your YouTube channel because it sounds amazing. Um, just amazing. Yeah. I want to hear about it. I would love for you and I to talk on the phone sometime, but I'll leave it up to you. And if you ever want to like email me, just let me know and I'll email you and then we'll get I'll send you my number. But gosh, that's so cool. I just adore that. Um I think I do need more water. I'm so like parched because I worked outside today and I pulled so many weeds and then I have my water over here. And by the late afternoon, I had to like get all these dishes done, food prep, clean the kitchen, and that took like 2 hours because food prepping, cleaning the kitchen, like I do food prepping a lot, but I clean the kitchen like I allow 1 hour every other day, and that means food prepping or whatever. But I needed to do major food prepping because all of our Easter like food was gone, which was so good. Um, okay, so let me grab some water that I gotta pour. Oh, into my little. Oh, don't spill it. Okay, that's enough for now. I just need to wet my whistle. And okay. Alrighty. Oh, Carol, I'm tired. I really am. But I thought, nope. What I did was I splashed some water in my face, put my hair up in a clip, and I thought, I'm going to do it. I said I was going to come on and do a live. I'm trying to do it every Sunday. And I have a reason why I like doing it on Sundays. It's so much more relaxed. I just feel in a better place. So, I mean, I used to do a lot of like impromptu lives, but whenever I could. But now it's like I can schedule it and I'm going to do it. And I really like doing it. I really do. You've done a lot of road trips twice a year until 2020. Oh, that's nice. That ruined it. Yep. Yes, we'll email you my number, email your description. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But all together. At the most popular email, which starts with a G. Let's see. Wow, where did you go, Diana? I know. I'd love to hear about where you went road tripping. My dad wants to do that. I'm like, first of all, we don't have the money. Second of all, we don't have a reliable vehicle. Third of all, like I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to driving more than 5 hours. Same with flying. More five if I'm flying or driving more than 5 to 6 hours, like I get restless. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm just like so over it, and I think, what am I gonna do? I end up talking to people. It calms me down. I mean, I'm calm, but internally, like I am just, oh, I just want to like get there. So that's why when I would go back and forth to Europe, it was kind of a little bit of a challenge for me. I'm like, okay, what do we do? I brought lots of books. Um, I would watch a movie, but honestly, when I would go, to be honest, I mean, it was different back then because this is like quite a few years ago. So movies, you get free movies now, and there's some you have to pay for. It's just different. Hey, hey, Kathy, how are you? Nice for you to join us. We were just talking about traveling and stuff. I can't help it. Carol, I was afraid to do lives, but Kathy and Mimi were there and I liked it. I've done it lately at night and get lots of kids and gamers. Yeah, I think at night that's what happens. Well, let me know when you go live and then I'll join you. Yeah, late at night, you're gonna get that. I mean, even here. So it's 5, so like East Coast, it would have been 8. That's still a good time, but I would get, and if I went on later, oh, totally got gamers and such. Traveled every state and lots of time in San. Oh, Orcas Island. The Orca? The Orca Islands? Are you kidding me? Oh. I've First of all, I have been to very few states other than a layover for work, for travel. I have been more outside of the US than I have been in the US. And I mean, my parents did a really good job in taking us to like Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Canada, Mexico. I think that was it. We did a lot of camping. We flew. My dad was a pilot, so we could sometimes fly to certain areas. Um, he didn't own his own aircraft, but his friend did, and he would allow us to use it, which is so cool. But went to the Choral Society concert, which was awesome, and then went out to dinner. Ooh, nice. Was it like a vegan dinner or a vegan restaurant, I should say? It was the the head karaoke, which was fun to listen to, and some old guy was hitting on me and my friend. Well, that's better. An old guy that you don't know is better than like your dad's friend, which has happened, and it's creepy and gross. And I told my dad, I'm like, I don't like being around them. They're just flirty, is what it was. And I just didn't like it. Like to travel. Then I was on the road with a band. I don't like to travel. Oh, you don't? Wait, what band were you on? Like a local band kind of thing? Or like a major band? Carol, you don't just like say that and walk away from it. You gotta tell us the details. Oh, okay. I love vegan. I do like vegan burgers, but I wish they would make their own and not use like, the processed ones, because I could just do that myself. But in a pinch, it's good. Or when I go to a restaurant and it's like all, I don't know, stuff I can't really eat or don't want to eat, I just order sides, and that's fulfilling too. But this is back when I dated, not now. Yeah, details, Carol. We want the deets on your band days. Mm. Oh, that's really nice. I really love like their restaurant styled homemade burgers. They're so good. So much better. I was in an all-girl rock band when I was 15 to 18, then joined my husband's band. Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. Did you know that my ex-husband was in a band and he used to tour and he was big in Europe and big here on the West Coast and East Coast. But I don't want to say the band. I'm done with him. I'm done with that lifestyle. I'm over it. That's really cool, Carol. Uh, One thing I wanted to touch on. So I got one channel that I'm gonna check out, Navigating with Nana. I'd like to check her out. Um, so if you guys have any other channels that you would, like to put out there, I do try to watch frugal channels, um, just to see if I can pick up more ideas or something, and you know, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with that. And travel channels, I watch a couple, but they're, for me, is a little bit of a teaser because I can't travel right now. So I put that on the back burner. And if you have any books, because I have been burning through books lately because I have certain routines in my day. I wake up, I make my bed, I usually start on a project like cleaning something upstairs or whatever. Then I go back to my room and I take a shower. And then I go back to my room and straighten up things if I need to, pay bills or whatever. Then I go downstairs. Then it's like brunch time, and I talk with my dad. We'll have coffee, and I go outside and I try to do things. But I mean, I really try to read at night. I mean, I set a goal for 20 pages a night, which is nothing. So I've been exceeding that, and I've been burning through books. And I can't think of any good titles right now. So if you guys have any good titles to offer, please let me know. No, wait, what was the name? Oh, did I miss? What did I miss? I was in. Oh, okay. That's so cool. Carol, I just love that idea. I Fireflies. So was the name of your band called the Fireflies? That's cool. Wabi Sabi with Sylvia. Oh, is that a channel? Okay, Wabi Sabi. Hold on. Wabi Sabi with Sylvie. Okay. You wrote a book. Okay. Well, what's the name of it? I want to know. You're reading Hemingway Cats. Got it at Are you serious? You got it at Dollar Tree? Okay. Is it good so far? I'll write that down because I could probably check it out. Hemingway That's a book. Oops. Okay. Wait. Oh gosh, okay. Book. Okay, good to know. It's on this channel. It is? Okay, I'll go check it out. Oh, this is so exciting. Is it on like Amazon or did it get published like at a publishing company or was it on Amazon? Super exciting. And is it an Audible? Because I think I have a few more days of Audible. Because I think I told you guys I got charged for Audible. I'm like, no. And sometimes with Amazon, I remember in the past, like if you bought Amazon Prime and you quit it in the middle of the month or something, they would give you back the remainder. They would, and just say you have whatever, one more day. And now it's like with Audible, they charge me the whole month, even though I quit it in the beginning because I didn't realize like it's a whole debacle. But I thought, oh, I wish I knew some good books. You should talk about it on your channel. Yeah, I agree with Kathy on your channel, Carol, for the book that you wrote. That's such an accomplishment. No, I never published it. I posted it as a YouTube book. I wrote it as part of a writing class. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know that YouTube publishes like that. That's something new I learned right now. It needs work. You know what? Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing, no video, no live, no short, no job, no project is ever going to go perfect. We're our own worst enemies with that. So just put it out there. I think that's great. It is great. Hemingway's cats, based on the cats at the Hemingway Museum in Florida, based on all his cats. Oh, how, of course I would love that. Yeah. Because, I mean, I love cats. You love cats. We both feed cats, which I'll talk to you guys in a second about what's going on at the colony that I used to feed. I'm not feeding them anymore because my friend took over, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to read that. Okay, I wrote a book on decluttering, but never published it. Decided the book was too cluttered. That's hilarious, Kathy. Well, declutter it and publish it, or just publish it. I mean, why do we hold back? Why do we hold back? I mean, I told you guys I had a job opportunity for staging again, which I'm really not set up for anymore. But I talked to a friend and she convinced me, like, basically why was I making it so difficult? Why was I complicating it? And she's right. I had certain things I could use and this and that. Now, have I heard back from them after I gave my price? No. And that's okay. It's good. It's a good opportunity to put yourself out there and just to do what you need to do and name your price. 'Cause I'm really not set up for it, but in a way I was hoping I got it. But in a way, I'm kind of glad I haven't. And if they come back and say, because they want it for the following weekend, next weekend, I'm going to tell them I need 10 days because there's so many things I have to do in order to do this job. I need to get furniture and I was going to get it off Facebook Marketplace. So anyway, just a side note. I led a group of women decluttering and wrote a book about it. Wow. I didn't know that, Kathy. That's super cool. I know, book to declutter. Well, I hope both. Well, I'll read Carol's on your channel, Carol Newark. I'll read it on your channel because that's where it's at, right? And then Kathy, I had no idea. So can you tell me? Like, you can text me and let me know the name. I had no idea. But I wish my dad would write a book, but I think it's too late for that. If I wrote about his life, it would just be heartache, and I don't want to do it. So, and a lot of times when you write about your own life or your family's life, it's a lot of heartache and reliving it, and I don't want to go through that. But on ending on a very positive note from that, I like journaling, and I do journal, and I make lists. In fact, I don't know where my other list is, but I keep like a pad of paper or a little, notebook or something. In fact, I don't know where my other little, it was like a little notebook that I found, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that to make a list every day. I think it's in my room. But I make a list for every day, and whatever I don't accomplish, I actually put for the next day. I'll circle it, like, can I accomplish this for the next day or whatever. And it's so helpful because it really is something like, okay, I can accomplish all of this, dishes, laundry, even the smallest things like dishes and laundry, your normal stuff, making a breakfast casserole, whatever, food prepping. And whatever I don't accomplish, I put on to the next day, so on and so forth. It's really great. It helps me feel accomplished and better and positive and wonderful, because I'm like, by the time I go back to my room, like in the evening, I'm like, oh, what can I mark off on my list? I'm like, oh, I made that breakfast casserole. Oh, I did food prepping. I did wash the dishes. I did do that, whatever. It makes me feel great. Just a simple pencil and paper, a list that I write. And I can't tell you how wonderful it makes me feel. So just get these two things and start either writing your list or journaling, whichever, both. And for me, I like a smaller thing for my list, and I just check it off. And when I don't complete something on the page, I circle it, and then I know to go back to it, and then I finally check it off, and then I check the whole page off, and it feels so good. 10 years ago, I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, well, let us know, because that's wonderful. It sounds great, Carol. Doesn't matter. Like, I hear these big YouTubers and they're trying to help other YouTubers, and they just say, even if your channel or your videos are crap, put it out. Just put it out. I agree. Like, my videos are not great, but I'm putting it out. It's not what I want it to look like, but I am limited and I'm just putting it out. So, put it out, Carol, because it doesn't have to be perfect. And they're right. Just put it out. You're a recovering hoarder. I think I'm a hoarder. I think my parents were a hoarder. And then we had life happen. And then I became a hoarder, I think. Actually, my house, I don't know. I don't think I'm a hoarder, but hoarder of my past. Like something for my mom, something from my childhood, but it's not bad, but I guess it is. It's a hoarder situation. It is what it is, but I'm getting better. I always get rid of the largest item. That's easy, or trash or recycle. Get it out of here. Then I can like concentrate on, the little stuff. So I have donation coming next Friday, and I haven't gone through stuff yet. But I have a few things in mind, but I need to go through some things. It's always a struggle. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Um I do that on my app on my phone. Okay. I have 3 main goals a day. Oh, that's good. That's really helpful. Yeah, Kathy. I have kept an accomplished list for a few decades. I write down the things I have done instead of what I need to do. Works best for you. That's great. I mean, yeah, whatever works for you. I like to write down a list of what I need to get done during the day, the week, whatever, pressing things. And it feels so good to mark them off. But I will say that, I mean, either way will work, but for me, the way my brain works, like it's really nice to write down a list. And I look at my list in the morning because I always make my bed. And I always like open the blinds and do things with animals. And then I go back to my list and I think, okay, what do I need to do? Because I usually write it the night before. And sometimes I'll add to it. And I think, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. I bet I can get all that done in like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And it feels so good. I can't tell you how good it feels, but it feels so darn good. And it feels like such an accomplishment. Just, oh, it feels so great. So for me, that is my way. But whatever your way is, or anyone else's way, is wonderful. Whatever works for you. And I mean, I love it. I love living by a list. I love living by a calendar too, because I know when all the bills are due. I have gotten good at juggling my bills. And every time I'm like able to juggle a little bit, it's like such an accomplishment. I feel so good about it. Even though it's hard, but I get it done. Let's see. I do okay. I have an accomplished yeah. That's so great. Getting up, doing stuff, going to bed. Yeah, I mean, sleep is a hard thing for me. I mean, I have a hard time sleeping through a few hours. So, yeah, that would be an accomplishment. I don't think you are your dad. Um, Probably, yeah, my dad, because he has so many hobbies. And I think my mom was a little bit. And my dad gave her such a hard time about it, but she knew what would sell, and she would get things and then sell them. And but I think my dad like is real, actually I think he is a hoarder. Like he gets a little bit of money and like he'll spend it, and then it's on stuff that doesn't really matter or help us, and so that's been our challenge. Yeah, and he likes hobbies. He's been a pilot. He's a gemologist. He's an electrician, HVAC person. He's got licenses, or he did, and all these things. A plumber, construction, painting, contracting, painting. I mean, all these things. He's gotten all these things, and it has helped us throughout our life. But um, I mean, the hobbies are just, it's so many. It's so many. And I agree. I mean, there are totes among totes and among totes of hobby stuff. Leather making, jewelry stuff, gems. Um, I mean, I could go on and on. Literature on aircraft. Like I used to think, okay, maybe I'm a little bit crazy with my crafts and everything. Nope, because compared to my dad, I have like a few little shoebox totes, like 10 at the most, on items I can make things with and totes. It's probably like eight totes, little shoebox totes from the Dollar Tree, filled with things like ribbon and things to make things with. I don't think I'm at that level where my dad is, but he lived during the Depression era and he lived a very poor life. He didn't have electricity, plumbing, up until he was 6 when he got adopted. So, and then he was abused by them also. So, I mean, we all have an effect on our life and why we do things. But I'm like, oh my gosh, Dad, we don't. I totally agree. Save things that you can to work with it. But sometimes you can't save everything. And things that, I mean, he brought from his house to my house, I'm like, nope, I don't want that in the house. Or I don't want that in the garage. Because they were outside and the possibility of mice running across it and peeing and pooping, scare me. And I don't want the disease Hafana, whatever that's called. I'm paranoid about that. So I'm like, we can either, leave it outside, disinfect it over and over, and let the rain and the sun hit it and disinfect it because I'm paranoid about that. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think I have ADD. I don't have ADHD because I've never been hyperactive, but for sure ADD. And I like lists. When I went to college, I've had to relearn. I knew I had to relearn how I learned. And I would take notes when the professor would lecture. This is before laptops, right? And I would take notes and then I would rewrite them in the library. And then I would share my notes with my friend. So we would catch things, she would catch things, I would catch things that were different. That was so helpful because our brains were so different. And that's how we became successful, really, in college. Let's see. Lists make you nervous. Well, the thing is, you can make a very aggressive list. But you know that one thing that's like big and you can't probably accomplish it anytime soon. You circle it. And then you think, I'm going to put it on a different list. So I then cross it off after I circle it and do a big check on the page and the top, and then I write a new list. Like, okay, this list wasn't accomplished, or this item. So I need to run it for my maybe monthly or bi-monthly or in the next 6 months. It has to get done. And it scares me too, because some of the things I'm like, oh my God, I can't afford. That's the main thing. I have the will and the mind to do it, but I can't afford it. And so, yeah, that's the problem, is not being able to afford it. And yeah, I mean, for me right now. And then there's those things that like you don't want to do. And You still put on that list. You can afford it, but you don't want to do it. That's a part of the problem too. But you just keep putting it on there. Um, I do anything on my let's see. I do write anything on my calendar that is an absolute must do. That's good. Yeah. What was your dad's actual career contractor? My dad worked for the union and he always had side jobs as a contractor. So, I mean, my dad is very intelligent and grew up very poor. But I mean, when he got adopted, um, then they were super rich, but they actually, he was never adopted. He was actually just fostered. Um, they got him because they wanted him to work the farm. And so he, I mean, like just blew up and did everything. And when he left the farm, I mean, he like created jobs and he would sell things and he had saved. And this is back, let me think here. So, like 1958, 59, he left them and left thousands of dollars, like over $10,000 of what he did there on the farm with his own like work and everything. And the father, begged him to come back because he knew he couldn't do it by himself. They had cattle, they had raised dogs for showing, which are Pomeranians, and also what are those dogs called? Like lassies? I don't know, that type of dog. And they had cattle, they had pigeons, like carrier pigeons, and my dad did all of it for school. And then when he finally went to the school that was private, he had to work after school to pay off his tuition, which they owned that school. I mean, they were just, a-holes. They were. And they weren't loving. The father was not very loving either, but she was better. Anyway, I mean, my dad was so very, what's the word? Um, Inventive, intuitive. He was always in survival mode. So he did that. But, even with him doing what he had, like he worked for the union, and then on the summers, like he would get almost a summer off and he would be a painting contractor. And then we all helped. My mom, myself, not my sister, because she was a spoiled ass brat. But, we would get by and we went to private school, we went on vacations. I mean, we were still able to live with what my dad produced. And my mom was a stay at home mom. And then she went to work after I went into high school. She went back to work. But we always lived in a really nice neighborhood. We were probably the poorest people there, but always lived in a very nice neighborhood. And the house that we bought was so nice, like brand new, beautiful, and just it was so nice. We always lived in a really good neighborhood, and I always got really good education. I do that on my app on my phone. Oh, see, I'm not an app person. Like, I need to physically write it down, by the way. I mean, I'm just old school. I have 3 main goals a day. Yeah. I have had an accomplished list for a few days. Okay, we read that. Getting up and doing stuff, going to bed. I don't think you are your dad. Oh, I read that. I think my dad's for sure a hoarder. But I think that's an era too. That's pretty much what I accomplished daily. Okay, I read that. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going back to the comments. Are you reading it? Okay, read that. What was your okay? I read that. Hi Ninja. I don't know if they're still here. I've liberated myself from goals. That's great. Actually, that's really great. It doesn't scare me. It's just too much. I'm going to do things when ready to do them. And I'm going to write them down anymore. It's just doesn't work for me. Okay, got that. My dad was super industrious. Yeah, I mean, I think back and I'm like, gosh, Dad, Mom was pregnant with me and you went through and got your pilot's license. Like, I would have killed you as like my husband, I would have been so pissed off but it was cheaper back then. And then as a result, we got to fly a lot of places and take our family flying, like cousins and such. So it was really cool. I mean, and also my dad became an attorney. Here in California, you can do that without going to law school, but you do have to. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, he did become an attorney at some point, and it was for stuff we were going on with our neighbors and such. And so he did. He went to law school. He would sit at law school by his work, which was close by, semi close, and then he would come home after that. And then he would also mimic or shadow the attorneys. I can't think of the terminology right now. And he did that. I mean, he is very industrious. That's a great word for him. I love lists, but I go back to a place where a to-do list is put too much pressure on me. Now I do mind mapping and my accomplished list plus morning pages and evening journal. That's great too. Journaling, period. So yeah, I do write lists, and there are days where I don't write a thing. So I write a very adventurous list. Um, it might be like a page and a half, like if it's something small like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, let's just say 13 things. And I might go to the next page for another 5. So it's 18. But it takes me quite a few days to get through it. Sometimes it takes me a couple weeks. And I'm then, if I'm through with the page, but one thing, I circle it. And then if I think I can accomplish it in the next like week or so, I rewrite it and I scratch it, write it off on this page. Because that feels good too. And then I realize, okay, I have to get to this. I have to get to this. Like, it's not a good thing that I've been ignoring it. So I'm pretty good about that. But lists keep me straight, keeps me focused, because I need focus. Like, I need to be kept focused. I need to keep doing. I mean, if I showed you this room right now, this spare room, it's like become a storage room again. And my room, my actual bedroom, has become a storage room. Well, not really yet. The outside of my room has. So I need to work on my bedroom. And I have a cat that my dad's elderly cat lives in there, and then my cat that doesn't ever go out, but he does. It just takes him a while. I think because they've bonded, those two cats, I think I can maneuver them downstairs because I need to like pull that carpet. First, I need to get rid of my mattresses. And I called the city when they do the pickup because I have one pickup before the end of June. And they said that now they've changed it. Nothing can be over 6 feet, or no, sorry, 8 feet, 8 feet. And my California mattress, California King mattress, is over 8 feet. And so I have to cut it down the middle. So I've already cut the top off because it was like um, a mattress topper on top of a really nice mattress. So I cut that and I rolled it up. I wrapped it in plastic that I bought on Amazon, I don't know, months and months ago. And it's just been sitting there. And then I need to cut that in half now because it's 8 feet. So I have to cut it in half so I can take it downstairs. And then I have the mattress itself. I'm going to have to cut that in half, wrap it in plastic, and then the box spring are two separate things. Those will be okay. So I can just take those down. Once that's out of there, I can move everything to one side of the room and start pulling up the carpet. But in the meantime, those kitties are gonna have to start living downstairs because my dad's cat, especially, it's my dad's cat. Bless her little soul. It's actually he, but I call him she. She doesn't always go in the litter box, and I have like pee pads, and I can't afford so much pee pads. Like it's getting outrageous, you know. Like I buy through my friend at Costco, and I just can't afford it anymore. And my puppy uses them too, and it's like, okay, we got to remedy this. So they're gonna have to go downstairs, and I'm gonna have to start bringing down the stuff I'm putting to the curb for the bulk delivery or pickup, which I'm so thankful for that. That is so great. But then I got to start ripping up the carpet, and I can only do so much. Like I do, I get really exhausted from cutting it, rolling up the carpet, cutting the carpet pad, rolling that up, and I tie it off in 3 spots, and so it doesn't unravel. I'm exhausted, you guys. I am fully exhausted after a day of that. And that room is as big as my family room and partial dining room. My eat-in dining room next to the kitchen. It's a big room. So I am not looking forward to it. But look, I got the bathroom done. I just have to buy some primer and paint it and then paint the other stuff on top of it. But I need to get started. I need to get started somewhere. I just need to get the paint. I'll feel better when I do and start painting in my bathroom. And then I need to like get, that carpet up little by little and the cats out, the two cats. Bless their little souls. I love them, but you know what I mean? Um, I'm so behind on my decluttering. My stove and fridge broke. Oh, your stove and fridge broke? But you live in an apartment complex, so they have to fix it, right? I can't call the landlord because I don't want him to see the. Carol, seriously, if you have to move all of the stuff from that area into your bedroom or bathroom, please just do it because you have got to have a stove and refrigerator. Don't do that to yourself, please. And they have seen a bunch of stuff. Anyways, so don't care. Even if you don't move it, please just get it done, please. Oh my gosh, you can't live without that. You're decluttering now, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I can declutter longer, but I need to at least 15 minutes would work for you. Yeah. It's not your fault, Kathy. I'm a slob. No, you're not a slob. You're not a slob at all. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Oh, I miss you. How are you doing? So good to see you. Cheers with water. How are you doing, Cindy? Cindy has been on my channel for a long time, and I really appreciate her friendship too. We need to talk, Cindy. Good for you, Kathy and Carol. Good. You need to call him, Carol, tomorrow, please. You cannot go without that. That's like human, or the you need to have like that's what as humans need is refrigeration and cooking. You can't go without that. No, she doesn't have content, right, Cindy? You don't have content. But she used to make beautiful things for her church. And I bought a few things back in the day when I could afford it. And she does beautiful crochet and she's super creative. She should be on YouTube creating stuff. She does beautiful work. I bought some pumpkins from her. They're so cute. But yeah, please, Carol, you cannot live without that. You need to just like, I don't care, get a tote, shove or a box, shove whatever mess you think you have and shove it in to a box and get into a bedroom or bathroom, whatever room, and have them come by. And even if it's still there, who cares? Like they are used to this. It's not the reason why your stove or, refrigerator broke down. So get over it. You need to get over it for sure. No, if the fridge kind of works, no, it's not working. You need it to work. You need it to work. Like I have a second refrigerator and it works great, but it freezes most everything. But it still works. I could say it still works, but it freezes. So, no, if it kind of works, you need to have something. You can't live like this. Do it for yourself. For the animals in the shelter and making blankets for the babies. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful, Cindy. Goodness, that's so wonderful. For the babies, for the animals, that's awesome. That's so wonderful. We so need to talk. I mean, I don't know when the last time we talked, but we need to talk, Cindy. Just text me and just tell me when is a good time, because I'd love to chat. I turned down the you turned down the freezer to clean it last week. When I turned it back up, it didn't freeze. Both sofas were covered with boxes. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? So who cares if your sofas are carried or covered with boxes? Who cares? You need to have this living thing of a refrigerator and freezer. Who cares? What can I do to convince you, Carol? Seriously, you need to just have them come in. When is the appointment for them to come in? Because don't be afraid. Who cares? They can think you're a hoarder. Who cares? They're still fixing those two things, refrigerator and stove. So just stop. Please, just stop overthinking it, and just have them come in. All right, I've been on for 2 hours and 14 minutes. Are there any questions that you guys have for me? I don't know. Like questions, I'd love to hear from you. And if you can't think of any, you can always post them on my page, my post, or whatever, my comments area, and I'll try to take them into consideration for like the next live, because I am trying to go live every Sunday. Let's see, I'll call tomorrow. Now there's a path for him to move appliances. Oh, okay, good, perfect. That's what you need. Don't think about anything else. There's a path now. You're good. A good look. The light by Cynthia told me that she was, reading these days and liked the title, not knowing what it was about. Very thought provoking. Okay, hold on. I gotta write this down then. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Cough. The light by Cynthia Rucci. Okay. Rucci. Okay, I'm gonna look that up because I need suggestions. My mind, I need books. Okay, I had a bunch of boxes in this garage. I hate breaking them down, but they are down. Soon they'll be outside as mulch. True, I know. I'm looking for boxes because I need them to put in my windows to prevent the heat from coming in. So I'm gonna ask my friend. Yes, you need to call them to come out and fix it so you can have a stove and a refrigerator. You shouldn't live without that. You pay rent every month. Exactly. Who cares if they think you have a lot of stuff? Who cares? But you created a path, Carol, so you're good. My dad's doing good. I mean, we argue all the time. But he's doing good. He's actually physically, I feel like, doing so much better now that he's living with me and since the time he has lived with me over a year. So it's so much better. Thank you for asking, Cindy. Do you have any tips on growing a channel? Pardon me. Yes, I do. And I think you've all heard it before. So it's just repetitive. But hold on, let me take a little out of my water. I think the thing is consistency. If you say you're going to go live, go live. Now, in my defense, I couldn't schedule a live and then go on that live because I just have a phone. And for whatever reason, you can't do that on a phone. I couldn't even do it on my tablet. So, okay, just go live. Just tell everyone you're going live at this time and do it. Don't schedule it. If you're working with like limited items like I am, I don't have a laptop, I just have a phone. Okay, the other thing is be consistent. I mean, I think I've talked about this all the time. Being consistent. I talk about it with my friends. Being consistent. Put a video out every other week or every other day, excuse me. And, it doesn't have to be huge, doesn't have to be small. I used to think it should be under 5 minutes, but I think people enjoy a little bit longer videos. Sorry. I've got the hiccups. So a little bit longer videos. Oh gosh. I've got the hiccups. I need more water. Pardon me for doing that. I think being consistent is key. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes long. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes long, but somewhere in between, do it. And if it's crappy, put it out. Put it out anyway, because people are going to watch it. And I put out crappy videos. I just think, and I'm no one to ask because my channel is like very small, but put it out and I get very small views. Put it out and just don't care about it. Just do it. Just hit publish and not think about it. Do it. I think that's my advice, is just put it out there. Oh, she's calling tomorrow. Okay. About living in the darkness, too much stuff. I got mine used to Amazon. Okay. That's another book about living in the darkness. Okay. About living in the darkness. Okay. Of too much stuff. Of too much stuff. Think clear it really fast. Okay. You seldomly use a stove. I have a microwave and air fryer. Yeah, I think someone can live with a stove top, like a one burner, and an air fryer or microwave. Yeah, I agree. But it's time, Carol. You've lived there long enough, you paid your dues. Just have them come in and fix it. For sure. You deserve it. I don't even have a stove. I decided I wanted counter space, so just an air fryer that does everything. I know your air fryer is really good. Mine's a little bit different because it's like one of those little drawers that you push in. But yeah, that's something to think about for sure. You can put a board over your stove top and have more space for sure. Yeah, but let them fix it first. Let them fix it, and then you can put a board over it, and it can be a counter space where you can chop at, whatever. But let them fix it and repair it. You have lived there long enough. You paid your dues. Let them fix it. You had your moved, yeah. I think that eventually stoves we phase out because they really are not necessary and they use a lot of energy. I agree. I don't really even use mine anymore. I posted a cooking video, even though it was missing a segment. Nobody notices. Right, right. Just post it. Absolutely. And I still can't comment on your shorts, by the way. It's unintentional. I just can't comment on your shorts, but your videos I can. Same book. No, sorry. Afraid of the Light. Afraid of the Light? Oh, okay. Okay. Wrote that. And I read really fast, so I go through books really quick. Carol, just tell them you are downsizing and the boxes are in your staging areas. Great advice. Yeah, great advice, Diana. I like your videos, Carol. I do too. I love Carol's videos. And she has so many like vegan ideas and vegetarian ideas, which I really appreciate. Let's see. When I moved 6 years ago, I got rid of 7% of what I owned. I know, that's incredible, Kathy. Let's see. I can't comment on my shorts either, but I see that others can. I know. I can too. I don't know what that is about. I have no idea. But I just know that I watch them, but I can't comment anymore. Sorry. I mean, it just won't let me. Let's see. But that was a really big house, and it was too much for this little tiny place. I get it. I wish I had a tiny place. Thank you both. Sorry, I keep messing up. I am trying to write comments, feed ferals, and make my brother's dinner. Oh my gosh, don't apologize. You use a hot plate. I know. I know. I have a hot plate, and at some point, I'm going to use it. Okay. So, I love everything that you guys are saying. It's so encouraging and wonderful, and I just love it. I can't wait to hear next week's. You've been decluttering since you retired. I don't want to take anything with me when I move. I totally get that. I totally get it. Oh gosh, I've got so much stuff, but I'm not thinking about that. It's a little at a time, and I'm fast and savvy, but oh gosh, it's too much to think about. I have 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a kitchen, a living room, a formal dining room, a family room, and a eating, well, it's like a kitchen dining room. It's a lot, you guys, and it's fitted with all my dad's stuff right now. But it'll all get, you know, taken care of. So let's just be thankful for what we can do and not the mountains of stuff. Okay, here's the thought. Let's not stress about the mountain of work we have to do, but the work we do get done. And check it off. Make yourself feel good. Check it off on your list, and um the amount of work you have left, you're going to break it down and put it on your list, and you're going to say, I'm going to take care of 2 boxes today. I'm going to move those 2 boxes after I've gone through them and put them somewhere else. So that, like, let's say Carol, I've created a path so that the people who handle, you know, the stuff in your apartment complex can come through and easily take the stuff out. You know, you just gotta like shove it somewhere, and they come do their work, and you put it back. Okay? I mean, then you can go through it again. Just get it out of there and create the space where they can come in and take care of it. That's all you gotta do. Don't care about what they think. Don't care about what they think. They've seen it all. Just do it. So that is my last thought on that. So please don't care about that. Let's see. I'm with you, Carol. I am on a mission to get rid of 1,000 things and I'm in a 200 right now. Oh, you're at 200. Okay. Let's see. The boxes were on the way. That's good. You got rid of them. That's an accomplishment. Too bad he can't to cover up the grass and make a garden outside. Lauri, sorry, I missed what you were saying. Did you take staging down? No, I didn't. I mean, I haven't heard back. So, gosh. And if she does tell me I got the job, and she wants it for next weekend, by the way, I can't do it. I have to like source out things. So I don't have the money for that. Like I need a week to 10 days to source everything and get practically things for free. I have like the lamps and decor and kitchen stuff, but I don't have a sofa. I mean, there's so many things I need. I am doing this on a majorly big bud or small budget. So it is what it is. In fact, if she doesn't hire me, I'm fine with it because it's a lot of work and I don't really have the means. I don't have the transportation for it. It's just a mess, but I need the money. And so I took it on. I did give the person a bid and we'll see. We'll see. It's either way. I want it, I don't want it. So thank you. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate that. I am trying my hardest to sell. Um, let's see. You are doing great. Thank you so much. I tossed just the cabs, empty boxes. I would have waited. It's motivated. Yeah. You've got to strike while the coals are hot. Yep. Sometimes they light a fire underneath us and you're like, yep, gotta get it done. Or let's say the landlord's coming in or the super to fix something and yep, I gotta take care of this, get rid of it, and so they can come in and fix it. So just think of that. We're all the same. We're all the same. We all have like stuff in this room, the other rooms. I mean, I haven't even shown you guys. It's been one whole house that has fitted into my house, and I got rid of my stuff. But, well, you know what I mean? Like the furniture and everything in the rooms. So one house is fit into this house and the yard. So you can imagine, you guys. You can imagine. But I'm diligent. Just keep at it. And if you're older and you think I can't do this, you just do it a little bit at a time. Chip away at it. Chip away at it. That's my suggestion to anything. Okay. All right, you guys. I need to get back downstairs because my dad already ate his big meal, but I think that he's probably gonna want like a little something before he goes to bed. And I've only had like well, I only had coffee and what did I have for brunch? Oh, I had leftover from last night's dinner, which was almost a full egg, some rice, and some beans that were like, it amounted to like that much on the plate. And then I had 2 corn tortillas to make into tacos. It was just easier that way. So we have leftover beans, we have leftover rice with veggies, and then my dad has leftover chicken, which he already ate for his lunch, I guess. And we got that from Costco through my friend. And what else? Oh, I have some leftover coleslaw, but we got a ton of cabbage, so I'm gonna slice it really thin, and I'm gonna make a soup tonight. So we have some chicken defrosting from the food bank, which is thank you, Lord. So I know I can make something with that in the next day or so. I have cabbage. I can make a ton of like thinly sliced coleslaw. And I'm going to make my own mayonnaise, by the way. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to be resourceful. We have rice and beans. It's like a permanent thing. I need to like overlap my beans because that is our lunch dinner source. We have them every day, and I can't let them like go a couple of days without having. No, we need to have beans every day because we're getting less and less from the food bank. Okay, let me read what you guys are saying. Oh, my shed looked like someone barfed boxes and junk in it. That's how I feel my house looks like, but it's all organized. It's all organized. Plus it had a lot of creepy cobwebs. I don't mind the cobwebs. I don't like the spiders, like the big spiders. I don't mind daddy long legs or anything like that. I filled the boxes when I was moved in. A week's toss it. I just being lazy, planting tomatoes. Wonderful. That's awesome. Let's plant away. Just I always tell people, throw seeds down, plant. Just put something in the ground. You're doing good, Carol. You're not lazy, you just had different priorities, and tomatoes are important. They are. Yeah, because you can eat them on a sandwich, you know what I mean. Make a salsa, make a soup. Thank you for this live. I needed it. Oh, of course, Carol. Oh my gosh. I love you. So, and anytime you want to chat on the phone, please email me and we'll exchange numbers. By all means. It's not that we're lazy, we get stuck in a rut where we are, I think, all hardworking people, but we get stuck in a rut sometimes, and that's what it is. Your tomatoes are incredible. I haven't seen the tomatoes yet, but my little thingies that are growing, I have beefsteak and I can't remember the other ones, what they're called, but they're doing good. I'm so happy. That sounds good. I love coleslaw. I love coleslaw. I love cabbage. Okay, I'm too lazy, but my shed and garage are better now. And this weekend, going to tackle the basement. That's awesome. I mean, if I could show you guys a picture of what my house looks like, I don't dare because it's crazy. Personally, I have made pickled cabbage, yes, and it's delicious. It's not, I don't ferment, so I haven't gone to that side and I want to, but I have pickled cabbage. I pickled so many things: carrots, cabbage, onions, mainly onions, and they're delicious. Jalapenos, different peppers, delicious, wonderful. And the brine has lasted over a year, by the way. Throw in those veggies into old brine. It's fine. It's vinegar. Throw it in. Don't even hesitate. I used to, not anymore. I make lacto fermented sauerkraut. I know. See, I need to do that. But I'm making bread now. I need, when I go downstairs, I have to make another loaf in my bread machine because we're out of bread. Let's see. It is a delicious and really easy to do. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end it here, you guys, because it's getting dark, and it's still really pretty outside. I don't know. It's still nice. It's not dark. It's still early here, but I really need to make some bread. I've done all the kitchen stuff. But I do need to do more food prepping, cutting up onions and celery. I need to freeze it and get them in the freezer. So, and I need to eat actually at some point. Let's see. Oh, carrots sound good. I made hot pickled celery once. It was good. That bread you made for Easter looked. I'm telling you, Carol, that bread was the best loaf I ever made. Oh my gosh. Even my dad said, I like this more than the bread we buy. So, anyway, I'm going to make another loaf tonight and I pay attention to the measurements and everything. And if it's sticky, if it's dry, I'm going to pay attention to it. I can do it. It turned out to be a beautiful loaf. I'm going to try cutting it because I have to cut it ahead of time. And then, I'll let it cool down and then cut it and then put it in either wax paper and or a bag, or try a paper bag on its own and then put it in the fridge. It's starting to get hot here again, so it'll get moldy in like a day or so. So it was so delicious and my dad liked it, but I really need to buy wheat bread wheat bread flour. I need that. Or either rye or something. I really should get into the sourdough thing, but I am so, I don't know. I'm just like afraid of it and I shouldn't be. So, and I'm afraid of fermenting and I shouldn't be. So, I can't afford bread anymore. That's like, $5. It's like $4.69 for a thing of sourdough. I can't afford it anymore. And I can't afford mayonnaise anymore. So I'm going to make my own. And I'll show you guys. But it's all okay. It's all fine. We all can figure it out. The ways to make things. And it's all positive. So, darker here, daylight almost gone. We have been cloudy with rain. Oh, I wish we had rain. We had some sprinkling. We did. It's super dark in here because, you know what, hold on. Let me open the blinds, but it's really nice. Ooh. Ooh. This blind is so hard to open. Okay. Yeah, so it's really nice out still. It's only 11 p.m. here. Okay. Well, have a good evening, everyone. You're gonna buy organic European flour. I want to talk to you about that, Diana. I'm curious. Okay, so we'll get in touch because I really want to hear about that. And sourdough is really easy once you get the hang of it. Have you started your own like little sourdough thing? What is it called? Can't even remember. Sourdough starter? I want to know. It's 9:46 there. Oh yeah, it's getting late. You must be on Central Time. No, I'm on Pacific Standard Time. Amazon has it. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, night, Carol. All right, you guys. You guys saw outside. It's pretty, it's kind of pretty out. That little neon thing that you see to the left of the white car, it's like a little baby slide for their baby. It's so cute. They have a baby. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm so inspired by you all, really. And it's getting late here because it's getting darker, but I do need to make something for myself. I need to go out and water some plants before it gets dark, and I'm super excited. I want to hear from you all. I want to hear more about everything that you guys are doing and your planting and such. So I will see you all later. Diana and Carol, you have my information basically. Email me and we'll get in touch. And if you don't want to, it's fine. I totally don't mind, but I'd love to hear from you. Alrighty. You stay light longer in NorCal than we. Yes. Oh, thank you, Carol. You're an inspiration to me. You don't even know that. Great chat and fun to be here with you and everyone. Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm going to go downstairs and get some stuff done. I got to water some stuff and I'm going to try to pull some more weeds tonight. Bye, everyone. Take care. Love you all. Thank you for hanging on or in with me. I will see you all later. Drink your water. Bye, you guys. Okay, I always forget how to end this. There we go.